Hello everyone. So we are back with the session on work-life balance. Don't you think it has become a big question during this pandemic? Since the pandemic started, it became really very difficult to create that work-life balance. Why? Because our offices shifted to home, our personal life shifted to within between those working hours. Everything.
Mix. It took a lot of time for us to understand that what is the official working hours and when is the time which you have to devote only for yourself. Just go and ask the people for whom their life entirely got changed due to this pandemic. Earlier, it used to be, especially if I talk about the commerce field, let's say if I talk about the finance sector, people never used to bring their work home because they were not allowed to. The things used to be very confidential. They were supposed to be kept at the office space only. But when the pandemic started, everything got changed. Each and every sector was being asked to work from home because of the bad thing which the world was facing, the challenge, the crisis, the pandemic, which suddenly entered into the world, and it changed everything. It even changed the way we work and even changed our lifestyles. And there we realized that how difficult it has become to create a work-life balance. You might have come across many people who are just struggling because of their life. Because see, if you do not create a healthy work-life balance, it is very difficult to live a good life. Work is something, if you are not doing, it will just bounce back to you. Today or tomorrow, you'll have to do it. But relations are something, if you just ignore them, they will never bounce back to you and say you to give them proper attention and proper time. That is never going to happen. And that is why we say that it is very, very important to create a healthy work-life balance in your life. It's not just only about the relations which you have. It is also about your own mental and physical health. Our mind, our body is not a robot. We are not the robot that we can work for 24/7 or we can work at any point of time. No, at some point of time, we just want to relax. We just want to feel easy. And that is how we live our life. That is how we make our life. And that is why it is said that it was really a challenging situation which was faced by the organizations, which was faced by the people, when all of a sudden everything was changed to virtual. And yes, it is because of this virtual world, only virtual way of working, that people are struggling to create their work-life balance. Earlier also the thing was there, but that was quite manageable. But now when people have just shifted their office to home, it has really become a challenge. It became a challenge for the employees to create that. So for this, we have been discussing in the last sessions, we have been discussing about the ways to promote employee or the employees resources, that how you can make your employees happy, because a happy employee will always deliver the best result. So there we have discussed about the first thing, that is give employee the control. Give them control over their life. Let them take care when they want to work, how they want to work, their atmosphere, promote their good health, everything. Then we have discussed about what are the ways by which you can offer them more control. And today we will be discussing about the effective ways to keep employees happy and productive. There are some ways by which we can keep the employees happy, we can keep them productive. A happy employee is always productive. A satisfied employee is always productive, but a dissatisfied employee, unhappy employee, no matter what you say, what you do, you will not be productive. So today we are going to discuss about the effective ways of keeping effective ways to keep employees happy and productive. So these are some of the ways we are going to discuss them one by one. The first is recognize their progress. You know, just take example of your school life when you just started writing. The teacher used to praise you and say your handwriting is so good. And she just used to give you a star. You used to be so happy that next time you tried your best, you give your best to write more effectively, to improve your handwriting more. Why? Why you used to do that? The reason for doing that was someone has recognized your work. Same way, if being an employer, if you recognize the progress of your employees, if you recognize the work done by your employees, you know, they feel motivated, they feel happy, and they try to deliver, try to give you, they try to do their best. For next work, next project, you will see that they are working more effectively and more efficiently. And the only reason for doing that is because you have recognized their work. So make sure, if you want your employees to be happy, if you want your employees to be productive, recognize their progress. Second, plan team building activities unrelated to work. Okay, there are two types of activities. One activity is that is for bringing the team together, making them work together. That is one kind of activity. The second type of activity is the activities which are not related to work. That is for the fun. So let's say for every quarter, the last Friday, you take your team out for some fun-filled trip where you are playing, you're doing everything, but nothing related to your work. You are not focusing on working, you are simply focusing on building, making your team come close to each other, and that is what plan team building activities, those activities which are not related to the work. Trust your employees. Another important thing, you have to show trust to the employees. You have to trust your employees. And how do you show trust? By saying that, oh, I trust my employees, I trust my team. Will it make you show your trust, or the employees will know that yes, you trust us? Will that happen? No. You have to show by your actions, you have to show by the way you deal with them. So you have to trust your employees. You have to delegate the work. And now when you're delegating, there are few ways by which you can show that you trust your employees. The ways is delegating the work. Give them the work. Along with the work, give them their responsibility. Allow them to work in their own way. And that is how you show trust towards each other. That is how you show that, yes, I trust my team. Fourth, offer, don't assign responsibilities. You know, at times it happens that employees are not good in doing something, they do not want to do something, so it's okay. Offer them the help, offer them that, okay, do this thing. Do not assign them the responsibility directly. Do not give them the responsibility directly that, okay, you have to do this. No. This is the task which has come on a table, which is to be done by a team. Let's all do it together. That is what you're offering them. Okay, you are not ordering them. A good manager, a good leader who wants to keep their employees happy is the one who do not assign responsibility, who simply offer them the responsibility. Make your employees part of the bigger picture. You have to make the employees the part of the bigger picture. Just try to involve them in the discussions, the bigger discussion of the organization. Let's say the organization is taking a big project. Just engage your employees. Make them feel that yes, they are important for the organization, and their views, their suggestions, their creativity, all these things are also very important. So make your employees the part of the bigger picture. Prioritize a good work-life balance. Yes. Your employees are going to be happy only if you are prioritizing their work-life balance. You are creating a thin line. You are just making them understand the line between the work and their personal life. You are allowing them to spend some time with their personal life also, and you are allowing them to create the balance in their life, and that is very important. You have to prioritize. You just do not have to prioritize on getting the work done. You also have to prioritize on creating a healthy work life balance. Be receptive to employees' preference. You have to be receptive to employees' preference. You have to understand that at times employee may want to do some specific work or some specific project. To be receptive to that, allow them to do those projects. Along with that, allow the employees to come up with their ideas. Accept the new ideas, new suggestions, new solutions given by the employees. Give preference to them what they are suggesting, because see, they are ultimately the part of the organization. If they are saying something, if they are coming up with their own views, their own suggestion, that is for the benefit of the organization. So it is very important that you give preference to their ideas. You consider and accept those new ideas. If you think that yes, it is going to deliver good results, then you need to consider those ideas. You have to accept those ideas. You cannot say that no, it has been given by a team member. How can he come up with such kind of solutions, such kind of innovative ideas? No, if you think that is going to be really great for the organization, go for it. Be receptive to employees' preference. Set clear goals. Bring all the employees on the same page by setting the clear goals for the organization, for the employees, so that if they'll have clarity about the goals, they can work more effectively and efficiently towards the goal of the organization. Until and unless you do not give them clarity and you just ask them to perform some roles, responsibilities, or the tasks, they might not deliver the good results, because they do not know ultimately what they will be achieving, what they'll be getting. So it is very important to set the clear goals for the organization. Along with setting the clear goals, make sure you are bringing all the team members, all the employees on the same level. Celebrate both personal and team milestones. You have to celebrate both the personal and the team milestone. You have to check that personal also their goals are getting aligned with the goals of the organizational. Personally also they are getting benefited. They are also growing. If the organization are growing, team is growing, you have to make sure that the people are also growing. So you have to celebrate that. You know, if you think that, oh, your employee has achieved something as an individual or as a team, just celebrate those milestones. Encourage them. You know, these small celebrations that need not to be the good monetary benefit or promotion or anything, but just having a small celebration on the milestone achieved by your employees and the team will make you deliver good and better results. Encourage breaks. If you remember, when we were discussing about time management, there I told you one technique, that is Pomodoro technique of time management. That means after every 25 or 30 minutes, you are going for a break of 5 minutes, and that is very important. You have to encourage that break because your mind is continuously working for 25-30 minutes. Your mind need to relax. Just adopt this technology. You will feel that your employees are really feeling happy. Maybe they are working for they are supposed to work for 8 hours in the organization, but you know, if they are working continuously for 8 hours, they might not deliver the results which they will deliver by taking breaks and working just for 6 hours. Because once you get back from the break, you see that your efficiency, productivity has increased because your mind is relaxed. And that is why it is important that you encourage the breaks in the organization from time to time. Let's say there was a continuous meeting for an hour. Ask your employees to go for a break for 5-10 minutes and then come back and resume the work. That is okay. Those 10 minutes break is going to double their efficiency, which they wouldn't have given if they would have worked continuously just after finishing the meeting. It is important that you encourage the breaks. Next is, don't be afraid to switch it up. Do not be afraid. If you think it's time to switch it up, go for it. Offer mutual evaluation. You have to offer them the mutual evaluation. Now, what is mutual evaluation? What do you mean by the term evaluation? So evaluation means you are uh, see, when a person is doing some work, you judge that person, right? Like what he has done, how he has done, what he has achieved. So go for the mutual evaluation. Let them evaluate themselves. You also evaluate themselves. That will help you to understand what the other person has done and where he is lacking. You know, if the person will say that, okay, I think here I need to learn some more skills, you know, he'll be okay accepting that. But if in case you tell that thing from your side, he might not agree to that thing. That is why go for the mutual evaluation. Allow the employee to evaluate himself. Along with that, you also evaluate the person. So mutual evaluation is always going to be beneficial for both the employees as well as for the employer, and it is going to keep the employees happy. Now, why are we discussing these ways? We are discussing these ways because we want to make our employees happy. We want our employees to be happy. We want our employees to be productive, and then happy employee is a productive employee. So for that, when we are going with the mutual evaluation, they'll feel happy that yes, we are being given to chance to evaluate ourselves. And if you think that yes, their evaluation is right, just go with that. support innovation whether or not it works out. It's okay if you take one or two risks with the innovative ideas which your employees, which your team has given. It's okay to do that. You just have to support that innovation. Support that innovation, whether it's working or not. It's okay. Even if it fails, employee will be happy that yes, my innovation was being accepted. We tried it out, but we couldn't deliver the good result. So he'll be fine. He won't worry about that. But if you're not going to support that, if you're not going to listen to that without listening, or you're not paying proper attention when you're listening to that idea, it's not going to work. So make sure you support the innovative ideas, the creative ideas which your team is giving, whether it works or not. That is completely fine. Now, next thing is when you have you support the innovation, you support their creativity, their work. The next thing which comes is you need to be consistent. Now, what do you mean by being consistent? You need to be same with all the people in the organization. You should not go with favoritism. You should not change your ethics for some specific people and for other group of people. No, you need to be consistent. Mean your act of doing something need to be same with each person in your team. You cannot say that for this group of people, I'm going to accept whatever they are doing. I'm going to give them the full liberty. But for this group of people, I'll tell them what is to be done, how it is to be done, and that is how they have to do. No, you need to be consistent with whatever you are thinking and whatever you are doing. If you have set the rules need to be consistent for all the people in the team, irrespective of what whether the person is your favorite or not. No, these things should not come. You need to be very consistent with your thoughts, with the ways of working, with the ways of making the team work towards the goal of the organization. Next is take an interest in who your employees are. Taking interest means knowing your employees. Employees feel happy when they think that yes, our employers are having time to talk to us, to know us. They are also interested in knowing our hobbies, in knowing your interests. Create that personal touch with the employees. No, you cannot make a person work and influence. You cannot influence the person until and unless you do not have a bond with that person. Another important thing why you need to take interest in your employees, who they are, is so that you can use the right source of motivation to motivate your employees. You'll know what thing is going to motivate them, what are their goals, what they want to achieve in their life, what is going to inspire them. So for knowing all these things, it is again very important to show interest in knowing your employees. Know your employees. Have some time there you are spending with your employees, which you're giving to your employees, to understand who they are, what they want to do, what they want to achieve in their lives. So take that interest in the life of the employees, and that is how you create a personal bond with them, and that is very important. It makes your employees feel happy, and for that only we are working. All these things, all these steps, all these ways, why we are learning, why we are talking about these ways, because we want to adopt these ways to make our employees happy as well as productive. Provide tools for success. You have to provide them the tools by which they can move towards success. They want the organization to grow, but along with that, they also want themselves to grow. They also want them to move towards the success, and that is why it is important for you to provide them those tools where they are going to move towards their success. Respect staff time. Do not always schedule the meeting. Do not always do the things as per your convenient time. Consider the time of the staff and then schedule the meetings, then schedule the things, then plan out the things. You know, it's the team. It's your team who is going to work. Right? It's a team who is going to work. It's your team who is going to deliver the best results. So it is very important to understand that you have to respect their time as well. If you want them to respect your time, you have to respect their time. Not just in scheduling the meeting or planning out the activity. Even if you have scheduled any kind of meeting in the organization, you have to understand that you are giving equal amount of time to them as well. Let's say you have scheduled the meeting at 12 and you yourself have not reached there. The people, the team from 12 is just waiting for you to come and start the meeting. No, you have to respect their time as well. They also have a lot of work to be done. You cannot just take them for granted that I am the employer, I'm the manager, or I'm the leader. So it's okay if they wait for me. No. If you want them to respect your time, you have to respect your staff time as well. Don't keep scores. Do not give them the scores. Look at each and every individual differently. In your eyes, all of them should be on the same page. Allow workplace flexibility. Now, workplace flexibility means at times allowing them to work as per their schedule. If they want, if they're not feeling good, if they want a break from the work, if they want to come office late for a day or two, it is okay. What matters for you is that they are doing their work and they're delivering their work on time. They're finishing off their work on time, and that is what you have to think, and that is what you want from them. You do not want them to be on their desk from morning 9 to evening 6 and doing nothing. You want them to just finish off their task, no matter if they are finishing it off in just 7 hours. It's okay. Allow them, give them the flexibility to go out of the office, to leave the workplace if they are finished off their assigned tasks for the day. Along with that, also give them the flexibility to work from the comfort of their home. Like, let's say when the pandemic have come, people have started working from home, and for many of the organization, they won't be calling, the normal 9 to 5 job won't be back ever in the entire life. That is for sure. It's not going to back. It is going to be either hybrid model, or it's going to be permanent work from home. So in that case, when you're going with the hybrid model, except for the meetings, give them the flexibility to work as per their own comfort zone. Allow them to work whenever they want to work. The only thing which should affect you is whether they have completed their task or not. That is the only thing which should affect you, and that is the only thing which you want, which you should ask them, you want them to do. And the last thing is say thank you. Say thank you for the work they have done. Say thank you for the suggestions they have given. Say thank you for the creativity they have shown. Say thank you for the idea they have shared. Say thank you for finishing off the work on time. Say thank you for being loyal, for working towards the goal of the organization. There is no harm in saying thank you. If you say thank you, people feel great. They feel that, yes, you have valued their work. It's just thank you, small thank you, but the meaning which it has on it is very big. Very, very big. So these are few of the ways which you can adopt to keep your employees happy, to keep your employees productive and satisfied at the workplace. These are some of the effective ways by which you can make your employees reach the goals on time. We are not working to make our or make the employees sit in the organization from 9 to 6. We are working to deliver, to get the best results from them. We are working so that we can achieve the goals of the organization. We are working to make our organization grow, and for that it is very important to keep the employees happy. Happy employees do not quit the organization frequently. They stay in the organization. This is one of the motivational factor also. A happy employee, when he's happy with the workplace, when he enjoys the workplace, he just want to stay in that organization. He never lose these employees frequently from the organization. And when you have the people, employees working in the organization for the longer duration, ultimately you are moving towards growth, because you do not have to spend lot of time on hiring and training the new employees. So with this, we have finished the third point, and the next point in employee resource is encourage employees to give suggestions. You have to encourage them. You have to ask them to come up with the suggestions, to come up with the ideas. Why this is required? It is required to make your employees move towards growth, because when you will ask them to come up with suggestions, they'll be using their creativity, they'll be studying, they'll be reading, they'll try to find out those suggestions. So ultimately, when they'll do that, they'll be moving closer towards the success. They'll be learning new things. They themselves will be growing, and which is the aim of every individual, that when we are working in the organization, we also should grow. And this, the first thing is give employees complete freedom to offer ideas. The organization which does not allow employees to come up with the idea, or which does not provide them the platform to share their ideas, the employee usually doesn't give any kind of returns. Why they do not give returns is because there is no one to listen to them. They'll stop thinking. Their mind, their creativity has stopped. Because they know, even if we are going to come up with idea, we are going to offer the idea, no one is going to listen to us. No one is going to value our idea, and that is why it is important that you give employees the complete freedom to offer the ideas. Allow them to come up with the ideas. So give employees the complete freedom to offer your ideas, because ideas may turn out to be the good source for the organizational growth, and along with that, it will make employees attached to the organization. It will make them feel that yes, the organization will use our ideas, and we are also an important part of the organization. For the organization, we are not just an employee to whom they are paying the salary, but we are the part of the organization. If that feeling comes in the employees, when the organization will be going to the bedtime, in case of our organization goes to the bedtime, these are the employees who are going to stand by our side. And the more the minds are giving the ideas, the more are the chances of getting the best idea for the work. Second is give employees the authority to try new ways to do their job. Your work is not to give them the complete detailed plan of what is to be done, when it is to be done, how it is to be done, who is going to do, what methodology, what style of working is to be, what skills are to be required. No. Give them the authority. When you are delegating the work, you need to trust your employees. So trusting means you give them the authority to try the new ways of doing the work. Let them try their own way. You just tell them what is to be done and when it is to be done. How it is to be done, let them decide. If you are giving them the work, You have to give them the authority as well. You cannot come up and say that, no, I'm not going to give them the authority. I'm not going to allow them to do the work in their way. Then you're not encouraging the employees. You're not encouraging employees to come up with their own ways of working. At times it happens that the employee with their way of working gives you best and timely results, because each individual have their own unique skill set, and you do not know which may work best for the project, for the task you have given. So if you want to encourage the employees to come up with the ideas, to come up with the suggestion, the one of the best way is giving them the authority to do the work in their own way. Do not guide them. Do not tell them about the steps. First step, second step, third step. No. Tell them this is the work to be done. This is the deadline for this work. Rest, it's all your lookout. Do it the way you want to do. If they're stuck, if they're unable to do that, provide them the guidance. Give them the guidance. Giving authority doesn't mean that you have just left your responsibility. Now you're not responsible for that work. No, you have to give the authority. But if you see that your employees need any kind of help, provide your helping hand. Provide them the guidance. So there are 8 more points which we are going to discuss in the next session, that what are the ways, like how we can encourage employees to give these suggestions. Those we are going to discuss in the next session of work-life balance. That's all for today. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.